What's good, YouTube? We back at it again with another video right here. So I see today that Suarez versus Janduroba is booked for December 7th. Yes, sir. Yo. But the funny thing is that I see a lot of people complaining that like Tatiana getting robbed for her title shot against Weili, and what's Weili doing? All she's doing is fighting once a year. Yo, y'all got Cry Me a River right now, because I'm gonna break it to you down like this, okay? Both these stars are not at Weili's level, stock wise. Her leverage on the company. None of these two have it. That's why it's only right for these two to fight each other. First off, let's talk about Tatiana. Tatiana only fought, let's say, once this year as well, and she canceled 2 fights. First off, she canceled her fight with Janduroba, and then she canceled her fight with Lemos. And now you're talking about Weili only fighting once a year to defend her title. First off, the stardom power between these two are nothing to compare. No one is calling Suarez here for any promotions, calling it like Suarez ain't at that level. Like, there's obligations that Weili has to contest to outside the UFC, being at the level she is right now. These two are trying to fight to get to that level, because that's what the championship does to you. It opens a lot of opportunities for you. Every new champion has broken that down to you. Look at Merab now. Merab knows, like, now he's busy now. He got to do all these interviews, and he wasn't even the champion yet. You know, like during the time when he was fighting when he fought O'Malley over the weekend. Like, it's different. It's a different chase. It's a different lifestyle after a while. Like, plus Weili lives in China and she trains in Thailand. You know how hard it is to even get 2 camps going, coming from China, training in Thailand, and then fighting in the US? Even just to go to Dubai is meeting halfway. And that itself is hard, especially with the regimen that Weili has to train for a fight. She trains at least 6 months before a fight. And you're insisting on her to fulfill her obligations outside the ring when it comes to interviews. Now her stock is highly demanded now in the Asian market right now, in China itself right now. Like, these two can't compare. Like, it's only right that, Weili fulfills those obligations, brings more eyes to the sport in her country and everything and everywhere, and all the obligations she's fulfilling just to fulfill herself as being a superstar. Like, look at fucking Tatiana. I'm not even gonna talk about Janduroba. Janduroba, to me, earned the spot. If anyone was gonna get a title shot, it would have been Janduroba over Suarez, just because of the how active she's been and what her resume. Like, Tatiana's biggest accomplishment fighter that she fought over since her time back was Andrade. Like, come on. Like, everything before her injury, like, she barely even Montana De La Rosa, Nina Nunez. Like, come on, man. Like, none of these fighters, like, are worthy. Like, at least, Jandaroba, she's got a better resume right now of her last 4 fights compared to Suarez and her activity. So for anyone trying to get at Weili, I'm only saying this because, like, like, Weili is doing her thing. Like, there's so many haters on her. I'm a proud supporter of Weili, just because of she's not just a UFC fighter now. She's actually like a trailblazer. She's growing the market. She's doing things she's a franchise fighter. Like, there's levels to this whole, like, sports entertainment shit, not just fighting. You want to just fight and, go by, like, oh, this fighter is fighter, then go fight for the Olympics. Go where the sport is actually fair. It's not fair. A lot of these things ain't fair. Like, you have to become a whole package in the UFC for the UFC to even entertain your demands. Like, look at what Tatiana had to do to try to even get her title. Like, she finessed missing the 2 fights, canceling. Then she hired Ali to try to even negotiate a title fight by the end of the year, which he was planning to, because Alabaziz did that for Kayla. You know what I'm saying? But like, how are they going to even like contest you when there's still a question mark on who deserves the title fight between her and Virna, being Virna is the more active fighter. Only thing that Suarez has on her belt is that she's undefeated and she's been a threat every time she's been in the ring, but she hasn't been consistent. This girl is prone to injuries. Like, work your way up. Like, there are just things that you know that your cards are dealt, and work the way up. And all your followers just like, yo, just let it be, allow it, I say, because Weili is a champ for a reason. She should never be compared to her responsibilities compared to these fighters that are just fighting. These 2 fighters right here are just fighting to make ends living right now. None of them have been offered big sponsorship. None of them are being demanded across overseas. None of them are being demanded any other things but just to fight and train. Like, like when you're a superstar, your life changes. That's why you can never compare superstars to average fighters, regular fighters. Like, these are not average fighters. These are top tier fighters, but they're not at the level where their stock is being in demand in this sports entertainment industry. Like, Monster ain't looking for her. Prime ain't looking for these fighters. People aren't trying to interview. The only thing Suarez had that was hot for her going this year is that she had her documentary to try to plead her case. Like, now you see all these fighters right now trying to use social media to utilize their marketing for their brand, and a lot of them are just falling short. They just never caught on to the game. Like, the game is not about just fighting no more. You know what I'm saying? When you start to be given that taste of opportunity after you win a championship, then you have to keep it going. Like, look at Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor don't even need to fight. They don't even to fight. And like, a lot of you guys are like, don't understand that. Like, I understand it's the passion for the fighter, for the sport. These people are human beings at the end of the day. And Dana White is like, all of them are like at that elite level. Not necessarily are they fighting at elite level, but their business practices are at the elite level too. Like, look at these 2 right here. Out of these 2 right here, Virna and Suarez, Janduroba is the most punctual, most say reliable employee of the company compared to these 2. Like Dana's probably even worrying that Tatiana might even pull out of this fight when December 7th comes along, like, because of her being prone to injury. So just to break it down to you in simple terms, like, this is my thoughts on the fight. And even this fight, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, because this fight was the original fight that was made at the beginning of the year to get to like a title eliminator, just to get to Weili. But because things didn't turn out the way, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometime. So both these 2, if anybody deserves the title out of these 2, my preference is Janduroba, because of her putting in the work. Like, look at Rose. Rose understands got that memo. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna, after what she did in the flyweight, you think that she's gonna be giving and having her layoff after the after she just stopped fighting after her Carla loss, like, and her coming back into flyweight, you think she was going to be given a chance? She knew she had to put in that work. Why do you think she's fighting 3 times in a year? This girl Suarez been out for 4 years and fought no names, like fought Montana De La Rose, and is demanding a title shot. Y'all make me laugh. That makes me laugh. Like, y'all need to get it together and understand there's levels to this shit when it comes to sports entertainment, and when you're at this elite level of fighting. If y'all are trying to disagree with me or have any points to point out, yo, put it down in the comments right now. I want to hear what's up, because at the end of the day, the marketing and the stock value is the only way you maintain leverage when you're working with the UFC. Other than that, if you think things are fair, you need to question yourself again. But yo, other than that, I'm keeping it locked. I want to hear what y'all had to say, and comment down below. Peace out.